Hello everyone, and welcome to a video with the ARC. This is essentially just going to be a kind of tutorial video commentary explaining some stuff to you guys, trying to give you a general gist of things, how it works and all. I'll explain it so that, you don't have to go around the forums and like, oh, what does this mean, and all that good stuff. And maybe tell you a couple things you didn't know and all that. So anyway, we're just going to get started. Right here, this is the garage, and it lets you view and select your tanks before you go into battle. So you're down here, it shows you different tanks you have, and I've been playing for a while, so I don't have tanks you start with except for this one right here. This is what's often referred to as a low tractor. It's actually the least tractor. Drives me insane when people call it the least tractor, but that's just anyway. Not important. Pretty much you can select your different tanks from down here. I have a VK3601H, Tiger A20 KV, and a couple of anti-tank slots because I didn't feel like buying tank. It is April 8th, 4 days from the hard wipe. I haven't been playing much lately because, hard wipe, don't really want to bother with stuff. It's like, there's no point in life. But I thought I'd do this before I lose everything so you guys can see a bit more and stuff, because this is a, tier 10, not not tier 10, tier 6 tanks stuff, and, tier 7, blah, 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 we got a good variation and a lot of stuff I can show you that you don't see when you first start out with. When you start out, you have 3 tanks, Leist Tractor, an MS1, and a T1 Cunningham. I'll probably do another video on that later after the hard weapon. Give you guys a bit of show of that and everything, but I'm not going to do that now. Just kind of sputter. Anyway, so that's where your tanks are down there. You can select them, and right here it shows you different modules and equipables and ammo in your tank. These right here are essentially your tank modules, like your gun, turret, engine, tracks, and radio. You can select those, and it shows the different stuff and things you have now. Pretty much, this is a fully tech tank, meaning that I've researched all of it. And if you go up here, you can select the research button. Pretty much shows all the stuff on your tank that you can research. Now, this is fully researched. Everything's been done. Let me pull up a tank that I haven't finished researching yet. You can also right-click on tanks and select different stuff like view details, sell, and research, and says reserve, or says primary. But anyway, so I'm going to click on the research button and see that some stuff is in gray. That means I haven't researched it yet, and I don't have enough experience to research it yet. It'll be a slightly different color if you can research it, but I can't really, so I would like to on my Tiger. So then also you can change different modules and stuff on it. For example, I could, if I hadn't already, I could select this, and it would, right here you might be able to see it says mount. You can select that and mount it on your thing, mount it on your tank, and replace the stock turret. Like these ones right up here, those are essentially your stock modules, what your tank comes with when you first buy it. And they are essentially known for being terrible. Stock tank will be terrible. If you first buy a tank and think it's horrible, it's because it's stock. It's usually better off the more you research it, or it's just a terrible tank. But we're not going to go into that. So I'm just going to exit all that. So there's that. And right here you see these 3 slots right here. These are essentially your equipables. And give me a moment, I'm going to switch over to my other tanks. Now, when you first start off, it'll pretty much, one tanks will look something like this. You have your modules right here, and you'll notice that these 3 slots, as well as these 3 slots, will be empty. And these are where you essentially equip stuff. Like for example, you can equip a camouflage net, a toolbox, enhanced gunling drive, which means that you can aim faster, binocular telescope, that kind of stuff. A couple of other things. So you got 3 slots you can put in there, and you'll notice that on these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, on these ones that on the icon they have a lock symbol right there. That does not mean you have to like research it and unlock it. That means that as soon as you equip it on there, like say I buy this right here, you know what, why not, I'll just buy it, because yeah. You'll notice when it said that if you mount it and unmount it, it'll be destroyed. That means that if I take it off, it'll be destroyed. I can't take it off unless I really want to be rid of it. And the other ones, like for example the camouflage net, the binocular telescope, and toolbox, those are equipable and dequipable. So you can put them on, see, now it's on, and you can take it off, and yeah, it's really nice. because you can switch between tanks. You don't have to buy a separate one for each tank. Kind of tedious, but you know, it's good stuff. Anyway, so there's that. Right here, let me pull up another tank. One full VK. Right here you have your ammo slots. You have 3 different type of bullets. You have AP, APCR, and HE. I'm just going to explain those. Here, boom, better explain that. You can click on service under your tank, or select one of these things. Either way, I'm just going to click on service. So click on service, and it will show up this stuff right here. This is pretty much the stuff you do inside the garage. For example, repairs. Usually, if you're a normal person, aren't absolutely amazing, you will be damaged in battle, and you will have to repair a tank if you want to go into another battle with that tank. Because the game, as of now at any rate, doesn't let you go into battle with a damaged tank, and usually you can just set it to repair automatically right there. And also, right under that, you have your ammunition and such. And you also have resupply automatically. This means that, you know, if you forget to go to service thing and reload and everything, you know, resupply with your ammo, it'll do it for you. Well, if you don't forget, it'll still do it for you. But anyway, and yeah, you have 3 different bullets. You can select how many of each you want to have now. You have your AP shells. Those are pretty much your regular shells. They'll just, you know, shoot them to the penetrate maybe, and so on and so forth. Then you have your HE, high explosive shells. These are pretty much, they contact and explode. That's all they do. They're great if you are, like these shells right here, your AP shells, armor piercing. Pretty much, if you take a shot at something and you aren't able to penetrate it by using these shells, you can use these ones, and by penetrate I mean, like, you know, you actually do damage. Your shot doesn't just bounce off the enemy tank, which happens a lot actually. You can use HE shells. They will still usually do damage, usually. And you also notice up here, you can't really tell because of their little, let's see here. No, that didn't do anything. Anyway, you can notice that in here, under purchase, you have different types. You got silver icons right here. They're kind of in gray. You can make them out better down here, bomb. And you have gold ones. Those are your gold coins. Now, I'm still in beta, so I have tons of free gold. Like, exit out real quick. Right up here, free gold at 7 o'clock every day. We get free gold, 250. Now, as soon as the hardware code goes and we have you know, regular game, you have to pay to get gold. And gold does have advantages, but not a lot of them. Well, it does have some pretty good advantages, but you might not want to pay money for it. Might not, but who knows? You might be filthy rich, and you can, but I am not. So I will not be buying gold, unfortunately, as much as I'd like to. Anyway, these ones up here, your APCR, those are pretty much your super penetration. They're just like AP, except they have much better penetration. Like, for example, your regular AP for this one has 99 to 165 millimeter penetration, or your APCR, or in other words, gold bullets and everything, they have 128 to 214 millimeter penetration. That is very good, and they usually do the same amount of damage. AP and APCR, high explosive, they do a lot more damage, but they have very low penetration. Because you'll notice here they have 33 to 25, not 25, 33 to 55 millimeter penetration. That pretty much means that they have very low penetration, can't do that, but even if they can't penetrate, they will still do damage. It's really good when you're trying to stop an enemy team from capping. And moving on down here, we have consumables. There are a lot of different kinds. I'm just going to select one. Lots of different kinds. You'll notice some of them cost gold, some of them cost credits. I didn't really go over that. I'll go over it in a bit. But anyway, some of them cost gold, some of them cost credits. Usually I'll only get the credits costing consumables. However, I was just in Earl Steel a couple days ago, so that's pretty much when we're spending all our good stuff. Earl Steel is a championship, if you're wondering. You could check it out on YouTube and all that. I upload a couple videos for it. Anyway, so they're really good stuff. They have a lot of good bonuses. You just have to be willing to spend the money for it. And you don't really want to spend on consumables when you're in very low tier tank, because they cost money every single time you use it. Not every single time you go in battle, every single time you use it. So, say for example, you go in battle but you never use a consumable, you can just reuse that consumable next battle. It's kind of the same way for ammo, but if you use it, you gotta replace it, and you only get one per battle. You can't get, like, I don't know if they'll change this later, but you can only get, like, say for example, this one, the large first aid kit. You cannot get another one unless you get, no, you can only get one. You can only get 1 gold or 1 credits, but you can't get both or doubles. And so there's that. You can also, just like with repair and resupply, you can also resupply your consumables automatically, and that's everything. Also, if you mess around with these things, like how many bullets you have and stuff for each setting and stuff, you know, if you mess around with this kind of stuff, make sure to select resupply and or accept, because sometimes you can just so you can go back there. If you just press close, it won't do anything. It's like it's kind of pressing the "Are you sure you want to do this to do it?" kind of thing button. So anyway, we're gonna exit out that. And next, what to go over next? Might as well do